Hi, I'm Dr. Melanie Dunlap, and today I want to share with you my favorite home remedy for sore throats and coughs, and it's called onion honey. Now don't let the name put you off. When I first heard it, I thought it was going to be gross too, but I promise you it actually tastes pretty darn good. So what I've done is I have cut up a yellow onion. I always use yellow onions. I use Vidalia onions if I can find them because I like the properties of those and I also like the way they taste. I have to admit I've not tried this with a red onion, but I see no reason that it would be any different. You could use that if that's what you have in your house. And that's what's important about this recipe, is that you have these things in your house so that when you need them, they're on hand. So what I've done is I've cut the onion up into small pieces, and I just put it in the pan. I make this in small batches because it's easy to make, and I like to make it fresh when I need it, but it keeps really well in the refrigerator. So I've put my onions into a small saucepan here, and this is some local honey. You always want to use local honey when you can because it's going to be better for you. Helps with allergies and things. And so I just pour that in on top of my onions. Now there is no recipe, so to speak, for this, so I just do it by eye. And what I want to do is I want to have it on the onions, the honey on the onions, but I don't want to cover them completely because when I go to cook this, the honey is going to get thinner, so it will expand a little bit and the onions will sweat down some, so they'll be smaller. So I usually have it to where it's, maybe halfway up, and then I'm just going to take it and put it on the stove on a low heat. So I've cooked this for about 5 minutes on a very, very low flame. You don't want to let the honey boil, and you certainly don't want to let it burn because then it will taste pretty bad. But it also takes out some of the properties that we want to maintain in the honey. And I have now this wonderfully smooth, liquidy substance. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to strain those onions out. Real simple. And it gives us this wonderful golden liquid here. Now, you may be wondering about the onions. So when I first did this, I used to throw the onions away. And then I had a chef take my class and she said, oh no. So these actually make a wonderful culinary delight on their own. You can use them in recipes. You now have these honey onions and they're fabulous. This is what we were after. This is our sore throat and cough remedy. It's nice and warm now. You can see it's very liquidy, so it's really easy to take. What you want to do with it is you want to put it in a jar, preferably a dark colored jar if you can, and you can keep that in the refrigerator. And you can keep that in the refrigerator for probably a few months. I've kept mine for a very long time, a couple of seasons. You want to keep the top on it, and you want to make sure that you mark it, all right? Home Remedies 101, always label your product. Keep this in the refrigerator whenever you feel that you have a sore throat, you have a cough. I use this if I feel maybe a cold coming on as well. When it comes out of the refrigerator, it's going to be a little thicker. It's going to go back more to the consistency of the original honey. So for me, that's a little difficult to get down. What I do is I take a little bit of this, I put it in a small shot glass, and I just set it in a little bit, the shot glass and everything, down in a little bit of hot water, in kind of a water bath, and I get that a little bit thinner so that it's a little easier for me to take. That's a simple way to make a home remedy for a sore throat or a cough. I'm Dr. Melanie Dunlap. Make it a healthy day.